people around here. This is amazing.
Sorry. Steph? So I understand you warmed up actually kind of early today. Was there a different reason why you decided to do early warm-ups?
Y'all don't miss anything. Just want to change it up a little bit to get the mind and body prepared to play. Kind of mess around with tweaks every so often throughout the year, but it's just a call of just trying to get some space, before the game, a little bit more time to kind of get right and pay it off.
The determination was kind of evident, but what was the mindset when you came into the game with 8:40 to go?
Make shots, obviously try to be aggressive, keep the game simple because they're a switching team. They have a lot of length, and I think we had some turnovers where we were trying to force stuff that wasn't there in the third quarter, play right into their hands. So I just try to make it, as simple as possible, pick and roll, trying to get the ball moving that way. Obviously I hit some shots, but just be aggressive as much as you can. Attack, where the gaps were. I obviously live with the shots that I take every night, and they went in tonight.
Did you realize in the fourth quarter that you made every shot, or were you aware of that, or is that something that
I'm very aware, yes. Yes.
You were kind of particularly fired up when you forced that timeout in the fourth. Was that them talking at all, or was that
we needed this win extremely bad, and that was a good momentum swing, and I was a little bit tired. So I wanted them to take a timeout so I could go to the bench.
Steve mentioned he thought the last 4 or 5 days have been a little bit emotionally draining on you. Has it?
Yeah, there's been a lot of conversations, a lot of noise around us. We had a meeting after or the day before the LA game that was important for us to kind of settle on where we were, what was going on, and for everybody to kind of say how they felt. And the game of basketball presents a lot of challenges on the court, but the friendships that you have and the connection that you have, especially for a guy like Draymond, who we've been to war with for over a decade, like all that stuff does weigh on you because you're trying to figure it out. You're trying to support him, but also it's just basketball, but there is a lot of, stress that you carry to perform, while you're, kind of managing all of the emotions that were going on and trying to just, be in the right place, for each other. So it's a lot, but every year presents a certain challenge, and you got to be mentally tough through it all. And I do pride myself on trying to, bounce back from games or from, times in the season where it gets a little low.
Steve, the way Steve put it was that you've carried the team for much of the season to this point. How much burden do you feel, and is it magnified with Draymond out and with some of the veterans? Wiggins obviously not playing the way he usually does. Do you feel that, or do you feel re-energized maybe with some of the young guys coming in and contributing the way they have?
We're a team, man. I have a job to do, and again, I prepare myself mentally and physically to go do it every night, and have done that for a long time. But it's not just me. I can't go win a game by myself. I can play well, and I have to play well. I know that, but I don't win the game by myself. So I guess both, to your question. Like, there's definitely a pressure, and I live for those type of moments. But there's guys getting an opportunity to step up, and we're learning a lot about ourselves as we go. And confidence is starting to build. It's one game. We got to try to win tomorrow, the same kind of energy. So that's how I approach it. I think I told the team before the game, we have to be able to get lost in the game as much as you can, because with all the stuff that's going on, you can put a little bit too much pressure on yourself, or get a little ahead of yourself on trying to get the results without just, enjoying the process. So that was my only message, and I got lost in the game tonight.
What was the emotions you were feeling at the end of this game? I mean, as soon as the buzzer went off, you could see that you felt a certain way.
We haven't won in a while, so it was nice to, get over the hump, get to the finish line with a win. As crazy as it sounds with all that we've accomplished, I told Anthony I think it was you, on whatever day, Thursday, I don't know the answer to how we solve the season. Let's just win on Saturday. And we did that.
Steph, how much do you appreciate the little things Brandon does on both ends? He had a handful of key rebounds and steals, during your scoring flurry that really mattered. And he said the learning curve to the NBA has not been huge for him because he has had a knack for doing this stuff and being in the right place and making up for what he says is a lack of athleticism by doing all this stuff.
Yeah, some of the stuff that he does you can't teach. There's a feel of everything you just said, being in the right place, anticipating plays, hustle. I said he's the master right now of the things that you can control in the game of basketball. Just trying to make the right play, giving an extra effort, like the will to impact the game. So those intangibles are huge. And like I said, as a rookie trying to figure out where your shots are going to come from on a night-to-night basis offensively, those are the bonuses. Like a night like tonight where he actually made shots. In LA it didn't go his way, but he still made his presence felt. So keep doing that, and he'll get rewarded for it.
Do you sense Klay heating up a little bit?
Yeah, and a lot of it is because I think he's really committed to the patience. I know he's still Klay, and we shoot crazy shots all the time, but there's a patience that comes with letting the game come to you. He got 2 clean looks in the first half off of some good ball movement, and when those start going in, then the rest of the game opens up for him. So he's been making the right play when he's getting trapped or pressured on pin downs or whenever he is on the court, getting rid of it. Had a good play to Loon last game, to Dario tonight on a drop down pass, because he knows it's going to come back to him. So I like that groove, and nobody's worried about Klay making shots. It's just us trying to create the right type of shots.
Steph, to follow up on Janie's question, what's it like playing with Brandon? You haven't been on the court with him a ton until the last few games, and now you're on the court together a lot. And it seems like you guys have a good synergy, and he's obviously conscious of where you are, and when you got hot, he set you up a couple times. How do you guys sort of mesh and connect on the court?
Just making the right basketball play. There's a feeling, a flow, especially the way that we play, where the ball moves, and you trust that if you get rid of it, somebody's gonna get a good look, or the right person on that possession is gonna get the right shot. We ran a play in front of our bench, pick and roll. He back cut, I hit him. Instead of trying to force something up, he just kicked it. I think it was Dario who was open. I think they swung it, and he got another shot in the corner on the other side. That's just good basketball because I trusted him to, on the cut he was open. I passed it. He passed it open guy. He finished his cut. Simple basketball, but it's hard to do consistently because you have to trust each other and the ball has to move. And again, for a guy is he 20 years old? That's impressive.
Steph, I know they were honoring Monte Ellis for being here. Did you have a chance to see him? I know you guys kind of go back when you first got here. It was a little bit of growing pains between you and he, but was it nice to kind of catch up with Monte today?
Oh, for sure. He's a Warrior legend. He should get a standing ovation and love everywhere he goes in the Bay whenever he gets to come around because of what he meant to the organization. Obviously, that We Believe team, and I know there was when he got traded, there was kind of some rocky reception for Joe and all that, and like there's a lot of emotions, but he deserves his flowers for what he meant to the organization, to the fact that I got to play with him for 2.5 years, and we were at a Christmas with the Currys, my Eat, Learn, Play event yesterday. It's the 11th year we've done that, and my wife was answering a question about what it means to show up in Oakland and give back and meet the people where they are in any way that you can. And she answered it. Surprised me. She brought up Monte and his wife Juanica because when I was a rookie, they invited us to their foundation event. It was the ME8 Foundation. They were doing a turkey drive, and that was like the first time I actually got out into the community in Oakland to kind of see what they were doing, and it was kind of the seed that was planted for us. So now 15 years later, we're kind of doing it our way, and it's kind of cool that we didn't know he was going to be here, and next day she mentions his name. I get to see him, so it's kind of cool to chop it up with him and, like I said, give him his flowers.
And as a quick follow to that, I think he actually originated that tunnel shot, which has become your trademark. Did you see him do it one day and then decided you wanted to start?
For sure.
Yeah.
He should do it backwards. He was showing off. I did it. He did his during shoot around. I tried to do it during the game, so I didn't have time to take that much risk. But he definitely he was a Mississippi Bullet. He was an unbelievable player. It meant a lot to the organization, so it was dope to see him.
Steph, up in Sacramento tonight, Keegan Murray started 12 of 13 from 3. You've hit
what?
Yeah, in the first 3 quarters. You've hit 13 in a game before. It's still going on.
He got hit with it. Klay hypothetically had 18 in Chicago if he would have stayed in the game. And is it still going on?
Well, just how
He's
difficult.
still at. This is dope. He's still at 12.
I think so.
Pull it up, Anthony. Come on. Yes.
How would you just describe that record, just in terms of its difficulty to achieve? You and Klay have both been up there.
I mean, when the team knows you're hot, they're gonna start to shade you away, take your looks away. You gotta sustain that over the course of a game. 12 or 13 is nuts. He's 12 for 14 right now. He's getting them up. How much time's left? 5 minutes. Stay tuned. Sorry. No, but it's. We'll see. But yeah, it's tough because you have to find good looks. Obviously, stay hot the whole game. Klay was wild because he was 14 for like 21 or something like that in 3 quarters. Took me the whole game when I hit 13. Honestly, I'm surprised still that it's still 14 because of how many threes are getting up these days. But it's cool that Klay still got it for now. All right, I'm gonna go watch that game.